everyone. I want to say, I believe you you just enjoy the speech, right? So now it's mine. Mine is about writing. I think for teachers, writing is the most difficult for teachers to teach at school because we don't have enough time, right? So I think some teachers just want to know something different about writing. So my topic is about writing your school life, and the way I use is from the paragraph. Okay, now I just show you about my students' background. You will say, my God, you have so few students. Okay, because our school we have three parts: junior high school, senior high school, and comprehensive high school. And this year, the students I teach, they are comprehensive high school students, and they major in English. So it means their English ability is not bad, right? So they are all applied English students. And unfortunately, now they are 12th graders. So it means they have to attend a big test for their future. So you can see the 25 students, because the class, there are two parts in the class. 25 students they major in Japanese, and the 25 students major in applied English. So every time when I enter the classroom, half of the classroom is empty. Excellent. Okay, so you just know about their background. They have to pass the college entrance examination, and they have to take the other examination in May. So they are under a lot of stress about tests. So when I say, would you want to join me to have different class? They say, okay, we just wait, because they are 12th graders. So I say, I hope you can start a new class. So at the beginning of the class, I just ask them, okay, how many have you passed the GPT test, especially the intermediate level? They just say, me, the first level. And let's fail me. And I asked them, why do you fail the second part? They said, because about their writing, they are really poor in writing. All English teachers know we don't have enough time to check their writing, right? So every time when we spend a lot of time to check their writing, what happens later? You will see you're checking, okay? And then their writing will be found in the garbage or recycling box. And you will say, what happened to you? I spent maybe 1 week to check your writing. But later you say, okay, 60 points. My teacher just checked my grammar and nothing special. And we don't have enough time to tell them how to make a good writing, because we have to teach reading, vocabulary, and everything else, right? So, because my students, they are so special, so you will see the textbook is also special. It's different from the Sami, Yuandong, Nanli. It's really a writing book. This one is just for writing, because I have a class. The class name is Listening and Writing class. So I just teach them 5 periods a week. I use this book, and this book has 8 chapters. So I choose 3 chapters as my teaching plan. Okay, so this book, Introduction to Academic Writing, I can recommend this book. It's excellent for teaching to teach writing. It's excellent. This is level 3, and this semester I teach level 4. So if you want to borrow books, it's okay, because I bring level 3 and level 4, especially for writing. It's really good. Okay. So I want to share one difference I have in next semester, because I find every time when we go into the classroom, I think many of you will give your students a test, and the later you say, okay, we finished, and you check the answers. Okay, now it's changed. Okay, give me your test paper. Later, okay, where do we teach? Yesterday, right? Every time we just do this. But this semester, from last semester, I changed the way. Every time when I enter the classroom, of course, we have a test for vocabulary. So you can see the first one, vocabulary. We have a 4,000 words test. I will say, okay, you have 5 minutes. Every time, every day. And then later, I will say, okay, talk something different. So I will give them one thing different. This is the first thing I did, okay? And later I will say the second one. And you can see when I finish one section, I will cross it out. I say, oh, finally we finished. So when we finish all, and all students will know what they have learned in this class. They can make a review, okay? And next one, I think my difference is about the greeting and the feedback, because I use activity. Just like many teachers said this morning, some teachers will use the temperature. Just like, okay, I want to ask you a question. The temperature is from 0 to 10. How do you feel now? So maybe you will tell me a number, right? Because every time when our class starts at 1 o'clock, you can see your student's eyes sleepy. So I ask them, okay, what's your temperature? Some students say, I expect nothing in the class. So I say, it's okay. So what's your temperature? They say, okay, 0.5. I say, it's okay. But after the class, I say, tell me your answer again. Some students, they will change. So you can see the student's temperature is from 4 to 6. Although it's just a little, but a little is better, right? So every time, not every time, but sometimes I will ask them, how do you feel now, especially when they are tired? And this one is actually sleep. This one is very useful to check the student's learning. And I can show you. Okay. Does any teacher show you this one? Okay, I use this one. And every time you say just like this, take this for example, I say these 3 ideas you learn in 3 simple sentences in today's class. Simple sentence. The student says, I learned paragraph format. It's different from this. Different. Okay. I learned punctuation. I learned academic writing. Okay. So I say these answers are open book. You can do that open book. I just want them to check what they have learned, and it's useful. But some teacher will say, I want to have some score about my students, right? So I will say, okay, maybe the question 2, give me a simple sentence. Make it by yourself. So when they make a simple sentence and it's correct, and I will say 4 marks, very good. Because I just want to teach them to make sentence. So last semester, my teaching goals are 3. 3 types of writing paragraphs: narrative, descriptive, comparison, and context. Because this one, why do I decide this idea in my mind? Because you know the students, they have applied for the college, and they will ask you for help. For what? Teacher, the college asked me to do something about myself, self-introduction. So I find the first type is about narrative paragraph. And they just want to tell a story, right? So I think maybe I can use this one. Descriptive, why do I use this part? Because they have to write something about their school. What activity do they join, right? So I think descriptive, they will introduce their campus. And the third part, comparison and contrast paragraph. This part is more difficult. But when they have to take the entrance examination, they will find some article. They will ask them to do some compare articles. So I think this part is more difficult. And this part, I think, is more challengeable. But it's interesting. So now I just continue, okay? And what should I have to do? Because I say their ability is not really very excellent, especially in writing. So I say, okay, just follow me from the simple to the compound complex sentence, just one by one, and according to the textbook. This book asks all students to make sentence from the simple one to the compound complex sentence. So I think this book is really excellent. And the process of writing, we just know every time when we ask students to make a writing, what do? They just write a writing in one class, and later hand it to you, and you spend 1 week, and nothing, right? So I just do this, but I just separate them into many groups, and I say, okay, every time before you want to write, you have to discuss. It means you have a pre-writing, and later, all of you put your all ideas together, you can organize your article, and then try to make the writing by yourself, and I will check it. I check it, and you check it. So finally, we can polish all the articles, and finally, it's an article. Okay? Okay, let's start the class. The first goal, okay, is about the first period article. In fact, my students last semester they have 4 times mock test. In Chinese we say 模拟考 4 times. They are exhausted, but they have to join my activities and they try. Okay, the first time narrative paragraph. We just know what's narrative paragraph. It's just like you want to tell a story, right? So I think it's about ourselves and about his life. So the first thing I ask them to do is simple sentence and a compound sentence. Just use it. And, but, so, etc. So about activities. The first activity is people search. I think this one is very interesting. You can see there are 25 blanks inside and 25 questions. Because I say, how many students do I have? 25. Yeah. But so each student has 1 blank. They just want to they answer 1 question. For example, where were you born? All of their answers are the same. Taipei. So boring. But it's okay because in your introduction you will say, my name is da da da. I come from Taipei. All students will do this. So all my questions is about herself. Just use the activity to ask others, and they will think about themselves. Okay, this question can help me to make an self-introduction. I think this way is very interesting, and all the class, they just enjoy the activity. You can see all people are speaking, talk, and they say, what's your name? Tell me your name. And later I will ask them, okay, choose 1 person's answer, and you can say, the question 1, Mary was born in Taipei. Simple sentence, right? So I just use this activity to push my students to talk and try to make a right, correct, and simple sentence. The second one, this morning many teachers share this part, and this is my students' favorite game. Name tag. I want to share with many teachers. This way can help your students to interview their professor. Every time the students try to memorize their self-introduction, just like this way. My name is Erin. I come from Taipei. I started. Thank you very much. Remember, 1 minute. But now I just tell my student, maybe you can tap your name tag there and show your name tag. Try to use your fingers and point. This is me. I'm Erin. Just like this way, I can show with you. This one is I use in my class, and I draw with them. I offer them paper and any highlighters. So all students just follow me, and we do this. And I say, okay, this is me. I was born in Taipei. Oh, sorry, I was born in Hualien. I married, and now I'm an English teacher, just like this way. And all students do this. It's just like a self-introduction, right? So why don't you ask your students take this to see their professor? Good idea and interesting. And all students, you can see, they are so happy. Okay, next one. ABC point. We rarely have this paper. In fact, in our group, we have 4 people in the group. At first, we want to exchange e-paper with different schools, but later they say just quit. But my school, we just continue this one. So we have a paper. Everyone is about themselves. For example, A. A is for agent. Agent is my new name. B is what? C is what? Everything is about herself. Not all sentences are simple sentences, but this one is interesting and useful. This way can help you to think of themselves. So I recommend this way to do self-introduction. Okay, next one. About reading kids' books. I believe many schools have English libraries, right? But few of students enter the library because the books are all English. They say, I have no interest in them. So we just try to use different ways. I just borrow these kids' books, 6 books, to the class. And I say, okay, now I have 6 books for kids. They say, oh my God, for kids. I said, it's okay, it's very interesting. I try to read them first. And then I just borrow 6 books and into the classroom and I show them. And each group has 1 book. And 1 book, and they just have 1 minute to read the book. So give me a scanning. And later we just change the book to the next one. After after maybe 3 minutes, I say, okay, all the books is on the blackboard. I choose one student to go to the class and then say, okay, you can choose one. So who is the next one? She choose a student. They just come here. And each group has one book. And later I say, okay, tell me what happened about the book. So I give them four questions about who are they, what are their personalities. They have to write down some answers. And all students try to read. And I think it's very interesting. And when they try to read, they will say, oh, children's books are also interesting. And later, I really found some students, they enter the English library to borrow some children's books. Maybe just 1 week. It's okay. I encourage them to do that. Okay? And in the activity, I found all students, because not all students are good at writing. Some people is good at drawing, right? Some people is good to use the electronic dictionary. So I assign them different words, just like the literature circle. Okay, I point them to do different jobs. So when they discuss, some people will try to draw the picture, and some people will try to tell them the word meaning. I think this activity is very good, and in my students' feedback, this is the third favorite for them. And this one is really about writing. But scare me. It really surprised me and scared me. They like this one. This is the second one they like. It's about making story, pass on the story. Because for vocational examination, for vocational entrance examination, they have one kind of test. It's about a happy sentence, coherence, put the sentence in order. It's more difficult than college entrance examination. More difficult, more professional. So all the semester I teach them which is the happy sentence, which are the supporting sentences, which is the concluding sentence. So in this activity, I just ask all students to make a happy sentence, 4 happy sentences, just like logical ideas. So let's just write a happy sentence and let's fold the paper into 4 parts. So the first group write the happy sentence. The second group try to write the supporting sentences, and the third group have to continue. But when they see the activity, they wouldn't see the previous answer. They wouldn't see the previous writing. They just try to make the story. So when they open the wallpaper, they say, what happened to this paper? They will see this activity very interesting, and they really have to practice writing. You can see the underline part, because I write down 4 kinds of sentence pattern. I say, I give you in spite of or cannot help. I try to ask them to make some useful sentence. So I write down and say, you have to choose one to make the sentence. So they have to use their imagination and try to use the sentence structure. I think it's interesting, and the students like this way. Oh, ooh. Sorry. Just a moment. Okay, of course, I say I want to be the only one to check students' homework, students' writing. So before I ask them to give me their homework, I ask all students to check by themselves. They can exchange. So I call this peer check. And when we do this, all students will try to be kind and polite. Although they will draw some pictures on the paper, they say, haha, so funny, haha, nonsense. But I say, okay, you tell the truth, right? Because maybe these words will be in my mind, but I can tell you. So all the students, they just do the peer check. It's useful for students to know what the problem they have. It's useful. Okay? And next part is, my second goal is descriptive paragraph. And when I do this, they have finished one mock test. the first periodical test. Okay, we just know descriptive paragraph is about a word picture. Tell the reader how something looks, feels, smells, and sounds. So, when you want to use, want to write this kind of paragraph, you must use a spatial order signals. This is the basic knowledge for students. Of course, I have to teach them the book, all English, professional, nothing interesting. But all students have to follow me first, and then we can do the activity. So, because they are so tired, just like many of you. So I say, okay, everyone, just wake up. I give you different kinds of sign cards. So when you have the star, when you have the moon, you just go to the corner, and then try to wake up and go to the corner, and then they will find their partners. So I just use the way to wake them up and speak and talk. And this way, I really scared my school because I asked them go to the campus and try to find some flowers and leaves and take them back to the classroom. So I say, okay, when you find a beautiful flower, be gentle, okay? So let's just try to find these flowers and take them to the classroom. So we call this kind of activity the pyro eye. In fact, I asked them to take the magnifier. They really take the magnifier from their grandfather. It's true, but it's small. And then I try to draw a picture in, sorry, I forgot to take my students' work. Okay? And let's just draw a picture inside. This one, you can see the blue circle. It's just like a magnifier. So let's have to draw the picture. And I asked them to make the sentence just like an S. The flower as beautiful as my bed, for example. So all students have to make some sentence as I asked them to. Okay? And the next part, because the first step, I just asked them to do the campus searching. This way is very natural, okay? The second way, because I say when the student wants to talk about her school, she must know what happens on campus. So I say, okay, it's time to go around the campus and interview the administrative officers. So let's just go around the campus. You can see what's left. Washroom. They love late. They say, okay, it's my turn. I want to choose the washroom. And they really take pictures, and they want to make a descriptive paragraph about this. And the later ways about our students affairs office. They just enter the office and say, excuse me, may I open the box? May I ask you some questions? May I see what you are doing now? They try to interview with these people in the academic, just like the academic office or about the school ground. They just interview them and try to talk, and when they come back, they just tell me what happened to these people and describe the surroundings. I think this way they can understand about the school more. Okay, next part. Because now let's just try to make a longer paragraph. So I just say, now I just give you the scoring rubric. I didn't just give them a score, 80. Very good, excellent. Many grammar errors. I didn't do that. In this scoring rubric, what I put more emphasis. I put more emphasis in the organization. Do you really use the topic sentence? Do you really have 3 supporting ideas? Do you really have a concluding sentence? I put more emphasis on this part. So the percentage of this part is maybe 40 or 30%. But about grammar, just 10%. You know, every time when you check your student's grammar, you will be disappointed, right? So I think this one can be lower because I just want you to make a writing, just like a kid. When you want to say, I am happy, for a kid, it's very excellent. It's excellent job. But for an adult, it's not good. But now, remember your students, they don't have many time to write. Yes? Okay, continue. And the third part is, okay, the third part is about comparison and contrast paragraph. This part is about, you can see comparison paragraph is about similarity. I remember many years ago, once there was a mock test. The topic is about the contrast paragraph. But many students, they didn't do it very well because they didn't understand what is comparison, what is contrast. So when I have this class, I'm so happy because I tell them, when you can see COM. COM it means the same, together. So it means you want to compare the things in similarity. So the students have to learn this part. Okay, this one is about theory. We just jump it. Next one. And you can see the this graph. I use that diagram because in Vancouver, our teacher don't. He just he didn't steal. He said he borrowed. He borrowed some BMs from the supermarket. But in Taiwan, we didn't have so many supermarket BM. They all Chinese, so I don't think it's useful. So I just tell them the ideas. So in Vancouver, we did the activity. We just try to find, okay, which of them have the same color. Maybe you can see orange juice, and maybe the different one is maybe yellow, banana, for example. So we just want to find the similarity and the differences. To me, it's unfortunately, because this semester I am an administrator. So I have to accept some foreigners. And all students, they were so happy because last semester, there was a Singapore school, they visit our school. The school is Anderson Junior College. Many of them are boys. So my students, they screamed when they saw them. So you can see the school benches. The right one is our school. The left one is theirs. So I just say, okay, what's the differences? And what are the similarities? I just ask them to choose the comparison. They can choose one, okay, comparison or contrast, and it's useful because they just have this kind of situation and then try to do it in their life. And this one is different because when you go around the campus, it's time to go outside. I say every time when you go to school, what do you see? So I just ask them to do some recommendations to their, just like suggestions to their schoolmates, especially for the senior one. The new students. I say if now you want to tell them something, what do you want to do? So I just ask them to take some pictures around our campus. Outside our campus, it means our school neighborhood. So they take a picture about the breakfast restaurant or about the MRT. They just talk about something different. They say, okay, if you want to go to school earlier, maybe you should go take the MRT and get off at Shuangdian. But if you want to have a nice school break, you can go to Minquan Lu, and you can see many shops there. So they are so happy after school. They just tell them their father and the mother. They say, our teacher assigned us an appointment, assignment, so I have to go there. I have to go there to see something different. So they went there for a week, every day. They said, we are trying to choose which is the best job for us. So they just go there and try to do some comparison or contrast articles. And then you can see the rubrics there. Because we see this job maybe 4 times. They just pre-writing, organizing, and writing polish. So because I don't have many time and this article is longer, so I ask them to use the computer and they can keep this picture and writing in their computer. So they do this at home. But in class, I ask them to give me the draft in class. So one person, maybe she is good at typing. She can take it home and send the whole assignment to me. So when I finish all the assignment, I say, okay, finally, I want to see the picture. So tell me the shop is excellent, the shop's word is white, I can see it. Just show me the picture. So finally, they show me the picture. And I just say, okay, about the title, you really did a good title. You tell me where is the place. So 10%. About the content, if you really check all of them, 60%. About the photos, it's very important to me, 40%. So many of the groups, they got 100%, 4 marks, and they are so happy. And I said, you really did a good job. So finally, we finished all the activities during a semester. I asked my students to give me some feedback. It's true. I give them this one. It's really feedback. these main activities I have done during the semester. So let's just tell me which one they like. Let's say I like name tag. I like imaginary stories because they don't have time to do daydreaming, right? So and I like to read the children's books because they are afraid of writing English. If I ask them to write in English, they won't tell me the truth, right? And they say I don't know the word, so I ask them to write in Chinese. So they say 我觉得老师好酷 I think my teacher is cool. 上课方式很特别 Her teaching style is special. Okay? And she said because especially when they are 12th graders, they feel life is boring and stressful. All the teachers just ask them to do the test paper to prepare for the test. And the teachers didn't give them many activities to work. So I think last semester, I give my students many times to wake up, many times to run, many times to talk, especially for these students, they have to prepare for a big test. And the students' feedback, I think it's hard. Although I just have 25 students, they say about grouping. We just know when we want to divide the class into 4 or more groups, all students will say, she did nothing, but she has the same score as me. I said, sorry, I have no choice. But when you see the job, I walk around the class. I will do some marks on my book. And I say, when you give 100 marks, but remember, we have a multiple evaluation. And at the part, I will give you 4 marks because I know you already did very well. But about her, I know I will minus. I promise to them, and it's true. Okay? So about the grouping, I think I need to change. The students say, I want to do this anymore. Some students say. So about my reflection, I think a good textbook is very important. But I know many of you can change your textbook because you teach reading, right? For the big test. But if you really have the chance to choose the textbook, beside the government thing, okay, you can choose a book you like, just like this one. It's really excellent, okay? And apply right and interesting way to teach. So my conclusion is, teachers could teach and help students prepare for the test. Okay, it's the end. Thank you.